I'm Chef John. We're talking about food. Uh, Welcome. Glad to have you here. I want to start with a little bit of full disclosure here. I don't drink milk. It's, I drank a lot of milk as a kid because, my mother made me. But, uh, as I got older, I kind of realized two things. One, human beings are the only creatures on earth that continue to drink milk past infancy. And two, we're the only species on Earth that will continuously, routinely drink the milk of another species. To me, it's just weird. So, I mean, I keep milk in my refrigerator. I mean, what's better than homemade buttermilk pancakes or homemade buttermilk biscuits, So, but I'm not going to pour a glass and drink it. As far as I'm concerned, it's just another ingredient in my kitchen. Uh, but there's a movement lately towards raw milk. I mean, milk that comes straight out of the udder into the bottle and into the cooler and into somebody's glass without being pasteurized. So the enthusiasts call it real milk, but it's kind of it's a really gray area. It's not without some controversy. There's maybe 10 states in the country where raw milk is perfectly legal. There's another 7 states where you just don't even think of it. Don't even think about it. And then the rest of the states, it's kind of a gray area. What they do is they do like cow sharing, herd sharing, where people actually invest in the dairy and they share the milk that's produced, but only the people that are invested in the dairy get the milk, and you can't routinely just go to the grocery store and buy it. The FDA and the CDC are highly against this. Salmonella, E. coli, Campylobacter, Listeria, they're all a factor in this. And people can get sick from drinking raw milk. That's why pasteurization was invented to begin with. So it's especially risky if you're an older adult, a pregnant woman, or a child. Proponents claim that the raw milk it tastes better, and I can understand that if you get a cow that has been put, or even goat's milk, whatever you choose, it's up to you. But if it's been in the pasture, it's been grass-fed, natural diet, very little grains, you're going to get a sweeter, richer taste out of it, so I can understand where it would probably taste better than milk off the shelf in the store. And depending on the terroir and what it's eating, are we talking cow's milk, are we talking goat's milk, are we talking buffalo, whatever, it's going to make some awesome cheese because the bacteria is not pasteurized out of it, so it's going to interact, and oh man, it's just going to make some really good cheese. Uh, while many people claim that raw milk helps with allergies, it helps with lactose intolerance, there's people out there that they're lactose intolerant, they can't drink milk out of the grocery store, yet they can drink raw milk and it doesn't seem to faze them at all. I think maybe it's kind of like the honey effect, where if you have real allergies to pollens and you go out and you get locally made honey within 50 miles of where you live, and you take this honey on a daily basis, it's supposed to help you with your allergies. And I guess it would be the same thing if you're drinking raw local milk. It's going to help you with the allergies to whatever grasses and stuff that the cattle out there are actually eating. Of course, I don't know that there's any studies to prove this. I mean, as far as like the honey goes and the milk, I don't know how many studies on it. They haven't done really large studies on the health benefits of raw milk. Um, so the people who drink the raw milk will tell you that these studies are few and far between. They're too small and just generally inconclusive. There's been some legislation in Congress lately. They're trying to make raw milk legal, but they're really not getting very far. Okay, you've heard of big pharma. Uh, you've heard of big tobacco. Well, there's actually a lobby out there for big milk. That's right. The milk industry does not want you to drink raw milk. They want you to buy their milk off the shelf, not from the dairy. They've got all the dollars to put the lobby in this. So, any legislation that goes in there, it's really not going to get very far, and that's why we use the term pasteurization without representation, because they're not really going with the wishes of the majority or the common people. They're just taking the big bucks and doing what they have. I have a problem with the fact that it's even illegal to begin with. I mean, okay, I've cited this before and I'll cite it again. Bloomberg in New York City trying to limit the sodas that they bought. Oh, come on. It was just ridiculous because somebody said it was bad for you, you know? And should politicians really be telling us what's good for us and what's not? You know, I remember back in my Las Vegas days when I worked in the casinos as a chef, and the CEO of the casino that I worked in had a heart scare. Thought he had a heart attack. He actually didn't. He really came out of it pretty good. But decided it scared him, so he decided he was going to go on a healthy diet. And he also decided that every employee of that casino was going to go on the same diet. So they went down to the employee dining room. They took away our pizza, they took away our hamburgers, they took away our french fries, and basically replaced it with healthy options. Now, my question was always, how is this an option? Option implies that you have choice. Hey, I'm an adult. You know, I should be able to make the decision of whether I want pizza or salmon for lunch. It's totally up to me, and he took that choice away, and nobody was really happy about it. And I don't like people legislating our food. I don't like Congress sitting up there passing laws saying you can't eat this just because some bonehead at the top thinks it's bad for you. You have the right to make your own choices. And you know, we have power over the food industry. Every day we send a message to the food industry. Every day we spend our dollars, we make our choices. Now, I'm a clean eater. I don't eat processed foods. I don't eat a lot of additives, and when I cook, I try to keep everything as close to the natural state as I possibly can. I try to keep all those color additives and crap away from my body, because to me, it's poisoning us. So if I go and buy a highly processed food, I'm telling the food industry, it's okay, go ahead, throw all this stuff in there. I'll eat it. That's fine. Not only will I eat it, I'll pay you for it. You know, I have the right to make my decisions, because even though I tout that I'm a clean eater, I tout this diet that I'm on that really has done wonders for me, you know, still, there's one thing. I love Coca-Cola. I am addicted to Coca-Cola. I love this stuff, and I drink way too much of it. But you know what? I know it's bad for me. I know what that processed sugar does. I know how much sugar's in it, and still, it's my choice, though. I want to have it. I'm an adult. I can make that choice. But like every industry out there, the food industry is driven by profit, and we're controlling the food industry by spending our dollars there. So just keep that in mind when you're shopping. And I know I went a little off subject there. It's one of those things that it just kind of drives me insane. Hey, I think I see next week's show in the works. Hey, thanks for dropping by. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you reading the blogs, chef-john.com. Shoot me an email, johnhbarnes57@gmail.com. Leave a comment here down below. Just, you know, that little button down there that says comments. Yeah, go ahead, click on that. Leave me a comment, good or bad. I want to hear it. I want to know what you think of the show overall. Any show ideas that you have, anything you want me to look into, I'll be more than happy to do that, because that's what we do here at All Things Food. Also, we could use a few donations. If you have a few dollars to spare, we'd really appreciate a donation. I don't want to charge subscription fees. I don't want to have people pay to go in and look at our stuff. I want to keep it free. I want to keep it free for everybody, but it's not free for me. There's just things I have to pay for here, which right now I'm gladly doing it, but in order to really keep this free and keep it going, we could use a little help. So just a one-time donation of anything you can spare would be awesome. Hey, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week.